Hello friends and welcome back to Online Study for You. And today I am here again with some practice questions of Parajumbles. Now I have already done one video on practice question of Parajumbles in which I have already told you about that. See, the main thing you have to do is practice. Okay, and a smart approach you have to use in such kind of questions in like Parajumbles. And one most important thing is reading. Try to read as much as you can. Try to practice as much as you can, because see, the same thing I'm repeating here, that during the examination time you people are having very less amount of time in your hand. In such less amount of time, you have to understand the concept, you have to understand the language and sense of the paragraph or parajumble statements. So how this will be improved, right? This will be improved only by reading. So read as much as you can and practice as much as you can. Only then you will be able to quickly apply your approaches. So for today we are having some practice question. For that I will suggest you to please take your books, notebooks and pen or pencil, whatever you feel like, and try to do it with me. Here is today's very first question, and the question is like, starting from a statement, when a light passenger plane flew off course some time ago, it crashed in the mountains and pilot was killed. Now you have to arrange this P, Q, R, S, and you have to end the statement with, when it grew dark, she turned a suitcase into a bed and put the children inside it, covering them with all the clothes she could find. And the options are PQRS, QPRS, SQPR, and RSPQ. Now yesterday in our previous video, which questions we have done, in such questions there was a chance that you can deduct from options. Okay, there we have used option elimination method, but see here all the four options are starting from a separate letter, like P, Q, S and R. All the four letters are different, so we cannot deduce, we cannot deduct any option here. In such kind of question, reading helps you a lot and it will play a major role. Now see, we have to read the statements now. When a light passenger plane flew off course some time ago, it crashed in the mountains and pilot was killed. Now see, we are talking about a plane crash. Okay, now we have to observe the statements. That first statement says, a snow lay thick on the ground. It was the middle of the winter. The woman knew that nearest village was miles away. The only passengers, a young woman and her two baby daughters, were unhurt. Now I think by observing these equations, I will say that after a plane crash, the only passengers, a young woman and her two baby daughters, were unhurt. I can choose this as the first one, because see, when pilot was killed, there's no connection between snow lay thick on the ground. There was no link between, it was the middle of the winter, because we haven't discussed any time duration here, any particular thing about the weather. Okay, so I think the only passenger, a young woman and her two baby daughters, were unhurt will be the first one. Now see, from here, if you get that if you are sure that this will be the first statement, it is very easy that only option with starting from S is here. Now we will follow in this particular sequence. After the only passenger, a young woman and her two baby daughters were unhurt, I need to look at the option number Q. It was the middle of winter and then snow lay thick on the ground. Yes, I think we are going right, because see, after being unhurt, it was the middle of the winter when we are talking about, and because of this winter, snow was there, right? And snow lay thick on the ground because it was the middle time of a winter season. And the fourth one, the woman knew that nearest village was miles away, will be the fourth one. See, this is, I will say, a approach which we can use by looking at the options, right? In such cases, you have to be very sure that which statement will be the first one, and there can be possibility of a similar options, so you have to be very careful if you are using options here. Okay, the fourth one, the woman knew that nearest village was miles away. When it grew dark, she turned a suitcase into a bed and put the children inside it, covering them with all the clothes she could find. So the answer will be SQPR, that is option number C here. The next question today we have is, see, here statements are very less bulky looking. Now why I'm trying to use such questions in which statements are longer comparatively, because in such questions, fear goes away if you practice such questions, and reading will be enhanced, reading skills will be enhanced in such questions. So try to do practice such questions more. Now see this question, as my jogging enthusiast sister, we have to start with this, and to end we have to ward off any attackers. Now see, here I am having options starting from P, S and R. That means Q cannot be the first statement here, right? If Q cannot be first statement, let us try to find out P, S and R. Now if I see option number 1, that is starting from S, on her daily run, as my jogging enthusiast sister on her daily run was often bothered. No, we cannot start with S, because see, my jogging enthusiast sister is not relatable on her daily run, right? We cannot relate because there is no conjunction between, we cannot relate it. So I think this cannot be started from S. Then I'll go with PSRQ. P, as my jogging enthusiast sister was, can you see this preposition, so that we can join the statement with the next one, was often bothered by neighborhood dogs with a stick in, it's here ending here only, was often bothered by neighborhood dogs. Or if I'll check with R, as my jogging enthusiast sister, her husband started to accompany. No, there's no relation, there's no connection between, right? So I think I should go with P. Okay, now let us see this. PS was often bothered by neighborhood dogs on her daily run, and then go with R. Her husband started to accompany her on a bicycle, then comes with a stick in hand. So I think yes, this is the appropriate one. As my jogging enthusiast sister was often bothered by neighborhood dogs on her daily run, her husband started to accompany her on a bicycle with a stick in hand. Yes, I think this is the correct one. So option number B, that is PSRQ, will be the answer. PSRQ, and the statement will go like, as my jogging enthusiast sister was often bothered by neighborhood dogs, then on her daily run, her husband started to accompany her on a bicycle with a stick in hand to ward off any attackers, and attackers are here dogs. Okay, so option B will be the answer. Okay, the next question is here, and the question says, even the smallest insect of the living world is made up of a large number of cells. and we have to arrange these statements. And then it comes, the cell system of small organisms is microscopic but marvelous, isn't it? And the option, I think options are not visible, let me write it here. Options are SRQP, then QRSP, and SQPR, and the next option is QPRS. I think this is an easy one to choose from the options, because see, only options starting with S and Q. So I think I just need to look at statement S and Q. Even the smallest insect of the living world is made up of a large number of cells. If I go with S, it also has a cell dedicated to digestive and reproductive function. Because word also is here, I think something is already discussed. Okay, if I go with Q1, an ant or a spider, for example, is composed of hundreds of thousands of cells. I think I should start it with Q. Why Q? Because see, if I start with S, here it is mentioned it also has cells. That means we have already discussed about something because we have used it here. So I think I should go with a Q. An ant or a spider, for example, is composed of hundreds of thousands of cells. That means this option and this options is already out. Now let us see option number B and D. After Q, statement R. Even a mite has cells making up its skeletal structure. Or I can see P. Furthermore, the cell in these small creatures widely differ in their structure and functions. I think I should go with P. Why P? See now. Because here we have discussed about composition of cells in a small organism, and we are further discussing about, furthermore, the cells in these small creatures widely differ in their structure and functions. So I think I should go with the P. And then R. Even a mite has cells making up its skeletal structure. And then comes S. It also has a cell dedicated to digestive and reproductive function. Yes, I think this will go like this only. And the cell system of small organisms is microscopic but marvelous, isn't it? So option number D, that is QPRS, will be the right option. So friends, this is it for today's session. I hope this is going to be helpful for you, and for more questions, keep looking our channel and practice as much as you can. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe this channel.
वीडियो अच्छा लगा हो तो इसे लाइक करें, और अभी तक अगर आपने हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज इसे सब्सक्राइब करें और नई वीडियो के नोटिफिकेशन के लिए बेल आइकन को दबाएं।